Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's one is quite exciting. I made my website live this week. So I created my own website on Wix and it went live on Tuesday and we're now on Friday, and I am really excited to show you it. So I've been asked a few questions about it already. I had lots of messages when I released it saying like, who made your website, all of this, and I was like, I made it myself. So people were asking me if I could do some tutorials on it, so I thought that I would start with a overview video. So today's is just going to be running through everything because there is so much information on a website, and if you want a good one, not to sound like big-headed or anything, but if you want a good website, you're going to have to put a lot of hours into it, and also a lot of information. I didn't want mine to be basic. I wanted there to be to cover all bases in terms of like policies, make sure that I'm covering myself, because sometimes if you don't put enough information, then sometimes people could claim that they were sent the wrong thing or they received the wrong product because of the amount of description you gave. So I like to be very thorough with everything, so I wanted to make sure I did this right. Now it's finished, I wanted to show you guys, and then in the next video, which is going to be part 2, I'm hoping that will go up maybe Sunday because we're currently on Friday. That will be showing you how to add listings, how to add photos, different features, hyperlinks, all of that, how to make changes basically to a website. I'm going to be making a website template. I've been seeing these on Etsy and a lot of them are very basic templates. It's literally like a template off Wix, whereas I thought, I've been getting so many questions about my website and people saying that they really like it. So what I'm going to do is basically take my like logo and my personal details, my personal photos off of it, tweak a few things in terms of information, because obviously product information is my own, but then I thought that I would add it to my digital files that I sell, so then you can literally get a template, you will buy it, and then you'll be able to open the listing and customize it to your business, and it saves you a lot of time. Obviously I've spent hours doing it, so it helps me out at the same time, but I thought because I've been getting so many messages, I would add it as another listing, because I do sell spreadsheet packs, so it will be going along with that. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start with why I made a website, just to fill you guys in, and yeah, we're gonna get into my new website. So the first thing is that I wanted to make a website so that everything is in one place. You will see as I'm going through this that all of my brownies, my digital products, gift cards, and my merch is also going to be on here, my YouTube merch, as well as my business merch. So I'm doing YouTube merch, which is called Sweet Little Things, and that is a kind of like piggyback off of my cake business. And it's going to be kind of cake related, and there's going to be various like stencil designs, so I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping that that will be in February, and then I'm also going to be doing my logo merch, which is going to be Sweet Things by Amy. It's going to have my logo, and it might have pictures on it. I'm not really sure about adding pictures of cakes. I'm not certain on that, but I definitely know that it's going to have my logo. And then obviously if someone wanted to buy a t-shirt with my logo or a mug with my logo, because a lot of people do, then I thought that I could sell those as well if people are interested. But the main thing that's going to be on the site in terms of merch is going to be the YouTube merch, which is hoodies, mugs and t-shirts at the moment, because I want to wear them myself. People have been asking me about like hoodies and t-shirts, so I want to bring those out, and I love a tee, so I thought why not do mugs as well. And I'm actually going to be doing it all in-house, so I know I'm blabbling before getting onto the website, but yeah, just quickly, I'm going to be doing it all in-house. So I have a mug press and I also have a t-shirt / clothing press, so everything's going to be handmade by me. So yeah, that's exciting as well. So we're going to get into the website now because I keep rambling about announcements, but I thought I'd get that out of the way at the start just so that you guys know. So we're going to get into the website now. I'm going to screen record, so if you've watched one of these videos before, you know how this goes. So we are screen recording, and this is my website. So obviously some of you probably wouldn't have seen this unless you follow me on Instagram, so I will put that on the screen somewhere. But on my baking Instagram I released photos of my website. So this is just the homepage. I don't know what's happening with this Instagram bit. It's something to do with my Wi-Fi that the Instagram area isn't showing up, but it is there, so we will ignore that for the moment. So I'm going to run through the homepage first. We have my email, my phone number, just to clarify, because I do sometimes get messages like if I've accidentally put my address in videos, stuff like that. These are definitely meant to be there. I accept phone calls as orders, so I have to have it on the website, but yeah, don't worry, because I sometimes get people messaging me saying like, you need to blur that out, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that I left that in. But yeah, these are definitely meant to be there. Then I have my YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, so if you click on the Instagram one, it will take me to my Instagram, as you can see. So these are the most recent creation, those are my Valentine's items. So then we have my cakes here. I've got a little description which I will read through in a minute, just because I personally like to get quite personal on here, rather than keeping it just short. I like to let people know who I am, basically. I think it's quite nice to feel like you know someone, especially when you're ordering a cake off them, especially if it's like a wedding cake. It's nice to kind of know the baker, so I like to give detail. Then we have two listings here, so if I click one of these, it will take you to the actual listing, which is good. So it's all hyperlinked together, so it all links within pages. There's hyperlinks to various pages which are hidden, so they are not at the top here, because otherwise it will just clog up the menu. Then there is a subscribe, which will subscribe to any like notifications about the site, any new products, any offers, announcements, that kind of thing. Then here would usually be my Instagram posts, so there'll be little squares like this, and they'll just be at the bottom here, and you can click them and then it will take you to my Instagram. For some reason it's not working, but we're going to ignore that. Then we have gallery here, which will take you to the photo gallery, which is just all of my work. I've got a load on there. I'm going to add a few more, but I just picked my most recent for the moment because I wanted to get the website up and running. Then if we go back to the homepage, I will quickly read through this. I'm sorry if I talk really fast. I find that when I'm reading things out, I talk fast, so I'm hoping that you guys are going to get all of this. So it says, hi, I'm Amy and welcome to Sweet Things by Amy. I'm a 21-year-old self-taught baker. I had worked in finance since leaving school. After going into lockdown early last year, I decided to make baking more than a hobby, and here we are. I am the youngest of 7 kids, with family being such a large part of my life. I think sweet things... I've already made a mistake. I'm the youngest of 7 kids, with family being such a large part of my life. I think sweet treats really make a birthday or event that bit better. This site allows me to showcase a variety of products, as I enjoy lots of different crafts. This includes my baked goods, both postal and in person, my digital business products, merchandise and my handmade art projects from the collection Sweet Little Things. So I've also had the idea to do canvases, so I'm going to create one for my business, which is going to be a canvas that says Sweet Things by Amy. It's not going to be my logo because mine is very complicated with like a woman sat on the oven, so it's a bit complicated to paint, but I'm going to be doing some canvases, and then I thought if people wanted one personally done for their business, then they can order it. So yeah, I thought that I would list those as well because I really enjoy making all of this stuff. That's why I want to make it in-house, because like all the merchandise, because I enjoy making it, so I don't really want anyone else to make it. And it also means that I can quality check it because it's going to be made in my house, so if anything isn't up to scratch, then I just don't sell it. Whereas if I have someone else making it, I have to kind of trust that they're going to do a good job. Then we have, for any fellow bakers, I also have a baking YouTube channel, which you guys are currently watching, linked at the bottom of the site, which I upload to 3 times a week. These videos include business setup help, how-to videos, baking and more. I specialise in buttercream cakes for all occasions, including weddings. However, I also make a range of smaller treats, including brownies, blondies, cakesicles and cupcakes. Whether you're here for my postal bakes or a custom cake, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. So I know it's long, and there's going to be some people that will say you don't need to have it that long, but I just like to let people kind of get to know me a little bit through this website, and I don't mind sharing all this information. It's nothing that's hidden, you know. I have a large family. Most people that follow me on Instagram will know that. You know, there's nothing here that is private information, so I don't see why I can't share it all on here. So we're going to go into the products now, so I'm going to show you the different areas. So this is brownies and blondies. So I've got a little bit of information here. Again, I just didn't want to list all the products on my website. So I've got the 4 listings. So they have different flavours within each listing. So I only have a different listing for each type of product, if that makes sense, because otherwise it does fill up the site a lot. So I've got the Valentine's one on a separate one so that people can see it, because if you add it as a separate flavour then people might not see it, and it also means that I can just deactivate it when I want to. I don't have to faff around taking flavours out of a listing that I want to keep for the rest of the year. Then we have vegan, we have blondies, and then we have brownies. So at the top here I just have a little description, which is just delicious brownies and blondies for any occasion. We offer a variety of flavours for you to choose from. If you don't see a flavour you like, then we do take special requests, because people do message me all the time. Then whether these brownies are for you or you're posting them to a friend, I promise you won't be disappointed. So again, it's just kind of like a reel you in kind of bit of information, so that they don't just come on here and the brownies are just there. So I'm going to show you one of the listings just so that you get a gist of it. So this drop down is where you'd have all your flavours, that's your price, you sort out the shipping in a separate tab, and then when they get to the checkout, so I'll quickly show you. So when you get to the checkout, there's obviously your item, promo code, add a note if you want to. Then there's shipping, which is £3.90, and that is first class shipping, and that's for brownie trays and boxes of 4, because that's the size that is that cost. But then there is also home pickup, because if you're local then you can collect for free. So if you then select that, then it comes up with free. So yeah, that is that. So then if we go on to cakes as another example, we have Biscoff, which is one that has multiple sizes. So you have 4-inch, 6-inch. So it's currently £40. If you change it to 6-inch, it changes, and 8-inch it changes. So it's quite good like that, because obviously all the sizes match the prices, all the flavours can match prices. If a flavour is more expensive, then you can add that on. They all come with Biscoff biscuits, but you can choose a chocolate topping, so that means that people can just add that in if they want to, they don't have to. Then down here we have portion sizes. I do it by servings just because I find that it's more accurate, because if you do it by person, someone might have a bigger slice than someone else. So I find that if you do it by set portions, then it means that if someone wanted 2 portions then they could. So yeah, I find that that is easier to understand. Then I've just got a bit about when you're collecting, make sure that it's in a clear boot or footwell, and that it's flat and the car is cool, all of that, so that no one can come back and say that you didn't tell them. Most people, and me included, give out a little care card which tells people how to store them and how to transport it, but I find that it's just better to say it on here, because then it means that if someone does come back, then you have a leg to stand on, because it's on your website, it's in your terms, and that's that. Then we have storage. If you wanted to keep the leftovers, then there's information about that. Then down here we have the ingredients for each and the allergens, so that people know for different flavours. There's a returns policy, then a storage policy again, and that is the same for all of the cakes. Various ones you can change different colours. These are all standard designs, so you can't change this design. Obviously if you wanted a custom cake you can inquire, but this is so that if someone wanted to buy a cake without any contact with me, then they could. So like this drip cake, you can change the colour of the drip, you can change the colour of the stripes, but it is still a drip cake of that style. And these fault line ones, they do have fault lines, you can't take that off because that's included in the price. So yeah, it all is based on that design. It just means if someone wants like an easy order, then they can, so without having like too much faffing around with contact. So then we have a little bit of description at the top here. So it just says handcrafted cakes for any occasion. A celebration isn't complete without cake. Take a look at some of my most popular designs. If you're looking for a custom cake, please get in touch using our contact us section. So I'm going to take you there just so that you understand. So this contact tab, you can add in a personalised form, so I've customised this to my liking depending on what you want it to say. So it's got first name, last name is not compulsory, then there's email, phone number, your details, so what are you inquiring about, then there's based in and date required, which are optional things if you're ordering or like inquiring to order a cake, because you can say that you're based in Buckinghamshire, or if you're based in, you know, Manchester, then that is going to be a bit far, so it's whether you want to travel that far. But it just gives me an idea of where people are based, because then I can rule out delivery, because I know that I don't deliver further than like 50 miles, and that's usually for wedding cakes. I don't do normal orders over 30. So and there's also the date required, so that I know when you're booking for, so I can check my availability. Then down here you have reasons, so you can just tick whether it's for a cake, postal order, general question, or if it's about merchandise, so merch in terms of clothing or any other products that I sell. Then you just submit it and it gets emailed to me, and it also gives a notification on your WIX site that you've had like a message submitted. Then if we go back in order, so we have gallery, which I showed you before. So I've just chosen like my best photos for this. In the template that I'm planning to do, all the fonts will all be kept. So it means that for like gallery, you just retype over it, all the fonts are saved. Then we have products. This bit's a little bit bare at the moment. So we have my gift cards. So if you click on this, this can't be done as a digital product because you don't send a actual PDF, because otherwise everyone would get the same voucher code, which I'm looking into it because it might work, but I'm pretty sure that obviously once the code's been used it's no longer valid, so you have to give people separate codes. So I'm currently doing this on a basis where once it's paid, then I will email you a voucher. That's where I'm doing it currently, and it's in different increments up to 100, because if people want to use it towards a cake then they can. So that is the basis of that one, and then it's got a little disclaimer down here saying you will not receive a physical item. This is sent by email, just to clarify if anyone was confused. Then we have merchandise coming soon, because that is where the merchandise is going to be listed, the same as extras. In extras there's also going to be some cake toppers, but I need to add those in. But yeah, you can put little coming soon stickers so that if things aren't ready yet and you still want to release your website, then you can. Then we have a shop all, which I have filtered to have all of my products in it. So it means that if someone sort of can't be bothered to look through all the pages, they can just go straight to the shop all. It's just easier for people. But if someone wanted to have a little like nose through all the pages and read all the descriptions, then they also can do that. So it gives people a choice of kind of what they want to look at. So this has all my cakes, all my brownies, gift cards. It's also got my business templates on here, my spreadsheets, which most of you will know about. So yeah, if you want to check those out, then head to my website. They're also on my Etsy, but like I say, Etsy is, I think it's either £1 or £2 more because of fees. So everything is cheaper on the website. So then we're back at the contact page, which we have seen before. Then we have reviews. So this bit I love because I think it looks so cute. So this is the little reviews box: first name, last name, email, phone. You only have to put your email in as compulsory, and obviously the rate us to send it, but you don't have to put in name or anything. How was your service? Then you can just rate it and it will give you different options, send it. And then these are some ones that I got from Etsy because I haven't had any reviews on the site yet, so I've uploaded my Etsy ones, and then people can go to my Etsy if they wanted to and check their legitimacy, but obviously I know that they are real. That's why I've kept things like emojis in them that people put, just because I wanted to keep them like authentic. I didn't want to change them in any way. So yes, and I've got the amount of stars, the person's name, and then the date that they submitted it. But yes, and then at the bottom here you've just got the hyperlinks to all the pages. This is what the cart looks like, just to, I don't know if I went into this, I probably did, but I'm just going to do it again just in case. So this is just the cart, so you can add a promo, add a note, special instructions. Shipping is in England only for baked goods. Anything else can be further, like merch is going to be worldwide, and what is it? Digital files are obviously worldwide because they're digital. So the only thing that isn't worldwide is brownies and cakes, of course, and then shipping methods are there. Tax is included in pricing, so that's why it won't come up as a separate item. You can have it separate if you want to do that, and then it will give you a little calculation for the customer to see, but mine's included in pricing. So that looks to be everything, and then I've also got a little YouTube button there which just says how many subscribers. To see this working, head to your live published site. So I just realised I am in the WIX version, so that's why that isn't working. So yes, this is what it looks like without all the kind of WIX bits around the top. So why aren't you working? I don't know why that's not working. So it usually takes you to YouTube, but if that doesn't work, then you can use this little black YouTube button here, and it should take you to my YouTube. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and hit the bell to hear about more videos. I do have channel members now, so if you want more content, then go and check that out. It's just this membership tab on my channel. So just briefly, there's badges and emojis, which isn't too important, but you have to kind of have it as an option. Then the main important ones is members only videos, which are fortnightly, so you'll get an extra 2 videos every month, which no one else will see, and it can be on anything baking related, so it can be requests that I've had, or it can just be one of my baking videos which no one will see. Then there is also 30-minute lives, which will be every week, and these are just kind of Q&A lives, and I mean, if you just wanted to chat to me for 30 minutes, that's also fine. But yeah, it's kind of just a chatty live if people wanted to. So yeah, those are my membership options if people are interested. I haven't even mentioned that in a video, so I felt like I should bring it up because yeah, I had it on there, but I hadn't mentioned it to you guys yet. So yes, this is my YouTube, so let's go back to the website. So yeah, this is my website. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be sorting out my template over the next few days, so keep an eye out on my website if you want to see my template for this design, or like follow me on Instagram, or just keep updated on my stories, because I will be mentioning it on my Instagram, because a lot of people ask me about my website on there, so I will probably release the template details on there once it's on my Etsy and on my website. So I hope you found this useful and you enjoyed this video, and I hope I didn't ramble too much, because I know that I'm terrible for it, but I'm really sorry. I just get like engrossed when I'm talking about things that I enjoy. So yes, there is a lot coming up in the next month. There should be a lot more listings on my website, because I'm doing a lot more crafty things which relate to the website and just my business in general. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those, and if you do like my website, then make sure to go and favourite it and bookmark it so that you can go and look at all my new products when they come out. So yeah, I will see you in the next video, and